According to God, the white man is the devil.
You see, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot. They like to claim leadership. They like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above what they really is and have authority. But they don't really need that authority. They don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with this white ass, need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. See, everybody ain't with all that peace talk. Everybody ain't with all that. Let bygone be. Boy, ass need to stop and ask you to drop. It's about to get serious. When they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, where the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. He cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new biz. Ask you the prophets, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I say you won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed it up on parole because of the COVID. It feel like the hoes in this world that don't go together. Know it's gold in the ghetto. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never settled. Yeah, see the prophets. So I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you know, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the prophets. You know, like we all come together. You know what I'm saying? They say God so loved the world. God so loved the world and all your ass need to stop and ask you the prophets. Give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Hey, Jeremiah, we don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop and ask shit. One with step, I'm silent for show. To the fake niggas, stay silent, I got it, let's go. Let's go. I ain't taking no losses, ain't no talking when we got the flow. Ain't no peace, just play with your own. I'ma be loyal to the right arm. Tell him we can't keep it slate. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got your baby mother on high, got your baby pants through the fire. Ain't she the prophets? That baby soul belong to the Lord. How dare you abort it? Devil will fail you, bitch, I can afford it. I prepare slaughter, you bring me my water. Push your leaders weak, let them lies slip through their teeth. Their ass need to stop and ask she the prophets.
That's just the reality, Christians. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years, but that's what the church is for, lying. That's why they exist, to lie the money out of your pockets.
Boy, your ass need to stop and ask she to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga.
Shalom, we the I.S.U.P.K. started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are led by the amazing Commander General YAHANNA. And today's lesson will be about being slow to anger. You understand? Understanding that we are in the same condition as our brothers, so we have to be understanding on certain things. You understand? We have to have patience with our brothers and our sisters. You understand? We have to have empathy. You understand? We're in the same hellhole. We go through the same hell every day. We all we got. So we have to learn how to coexist with one another. You understand me? And we're going to get right into these scriptures. Can I get Ecclesiastes 5 and 10 through 11 by the shop? You know what I'm saying? We're going to run this down. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get an understanding on what being slow to anger is. You understand? You got that, sir? Come.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 10. He that loveth silver shall not be satisfied with silver.
Ecclesiastes 5 and 10.
That's it.
I know, swear, you know what I'm saying? Once again, we have to have patience, you understand? Because one thing that we are in hell, you understand? And our hell ain't going to get better if we constantly at each other's throats about nonsense, about small matters that could be hashed out with just talking to your brother. You understand? Just by listening to your brother, being willing to hear your brother out. You understand? Marriages will last longer if you listen. You know what I'm saying? Stop being so quick to speak and talk over one another and actually just try to listen to what that your partner trying to talk about. You understand? Because things can be worked out by just going to that brother or going to that sister. You understand? You got it, sir?
Give me 1 second. It's almost done.
I know sweat. And then, you know what I'm saying? Be steadfast. You understand? Be loyal. You understand? Stand on everything that you talk about. Stand on being loyal. You understand? Stand on the love that you say you have for your brother. You understand? If you stand on your work, the proof is in the pudding. You understand? It's gonna show. You got it, sir?
God, this book of Ecclesiasticus out of the Apocrypha, chapter 5, verse 10. Be steadfast in thy understanding,
Right.
and let thy word be the same.
And let thy word be the same. You understand? Practice what you preach. You understand? I ain't trying to sound Christian. You understand? Just be steadfast and let that word be the same. Be loyal to your word. Whatever you say, let your, you know what I'm saying, say what you mean and mean what you say. You understand? You know what I'm saying? Read on, sir.
God, verse 11. Be swift to hear.
Be swift to hear. Don't be so quick to talk over one another. You understand? Don't be so quick to put one another down. You know what I'm saying? Be swift to listen. You know what I'm saying? Be swift to hear that brother out. You know what would happen if you are swift to hear your brother? A lot less gun violence will go on in the hood. You understand? A lot less robberies will go on. You understand? There will be more brotherhood in our communities, because that's what our communities need is brotherhood. You understand? We can't be a nation without brotherhood. You understand? You know what I'm saying? You could gain a brother just by listening to what he's saying, and then y'all come to understand it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't, if y'all talking over one another, it's gonna turn sour. Things can get ugly quick. You understand? Because two stiff necked brothers talking, man, it can get ugly real quick. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of hearing about hearing about my brothers getting shot over nonsense, over stepping on somebody's shoes because they was quick to react instead of quick to hear. Oh, my bad, bro. Before the brother can even say it, he already gunned down. You understand? That's hell when you got to go through stuff like that. You understand? That's not heaven. We first have to understand where we are. You understand? We are enemies of the state. We was born that. You understand? The white man ain't gonna listen. The oppressor ain't gonna listen to us. He gonna judge us based off of the color of your skin. You understand? You already hated just because of who you are. They know we Israelites. We are those people who are not desired. That's why we must desire one another. You understand? We must love one another. You understand? We must be swift to hear one another. Because if we don't, we're gonna continue to be in the same position. You understand? Oh, Salaki, the phone had locked. It's all good. We're gonna keep running it down. Can I get Psalms 37 and 8? You understand? Here you go. Boss, I appreciate you. You understand?
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 37, verse 8. Cease from anger and forsake wrath.
Cease from anger. You understand? Learn. The water, sir. Appreciate it. Learn discipline. Learn how you can only learn discipline and how to cease from anger in the I.S.U.P.K. You understand? Because a lot of us used to be hot-headed. A lot of us used to be those brothers who would do that to their brother. You know what I'm saying? Who would seek wrath instead of seeking this here brother out. You understand? And forsake wrath. It means you got to forgive your brother. Whatever it is, Christ said to forgive your brother 70 times 7. You understand? We have to learn how to forgive one another. We first have to learn how to be a nation once more, because we can't be a nation if we always react off of wrath. You understand? Keep reading.
Con, fret not thyself in any wise to do evil.
Fret not thyself to do any evil towards your brother or your sister. You know what I'm saying? Keep your hands to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Especially in marriage. You feel me? It don't always got to result to you putting your hands on that woman, or vice versa. When that woman putting her hands on her man. You know what I'm saying? Things ain't never gonna get better. You working backwards when you react with wrath. You know what I'm saying? Because I know our oppressor, he reacts with wrath. What happened during 9/11? They bomb America so-called got bombed. They probably did it themselves, you know what I'm saying? But they took hijacked them planes and hit the Twin Towers, and Iraq been getting bombed ever since, you know what I'm saying? They responded with wrath. You understand? Because they got tired of them oppressing their people, invading their land. You know what I'm saying? So they wanted to show the US, you know, get a little payback, which ended up costing them. You know what I'm saying? The US took revenge times 20, and they still getting bombed till this day. You understand? They can't even walk down the street without being labeled a terrorist. You know what I'm saying? But they made my people, so I don't care. I care about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans and our condition, and us not having wrath towards one another, and us not gunning each other down up in these streets. That's my concern. My concern ain't with these other nations. I don't care what the Asians or Arabs is doing. You know what I'm saying? They could blow whatever they want up, as long as they're not touching my people. You understand? But they gonna go down too, because they was the ones, they had their hand in what happened in slavery also. You understand? Any more on that, sir?
Unless you want to go to number.
Sir.
Verse 9, for evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth.
Having Brotherhood coming into the I.S.U.P.K, having to relearn your culture because it got took from you. You know what I'm saying? You follow these conditions of the Most High, have Brotherhood, have mercy, be slow to anger, and you will inherit the earth. We will inherit the earth with Brotherhood. You understand? By having compassion for one another, we will inherit the earth by working together and stop working against each other. We have to learn how to do that because our people are destroyed. You know what I'm saying? But we were not always destroyed. Once upon a time, we loved each other. You understand? But before these, we had these people who sold us out, made us give up our businesses. Before that, we loved one another, you understand? But we compromised everything that we had. Any more on that, sir? Oh, can I get Proverbs 15:1?
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 15, verse 1. A soft answer turneth away wrath.
A soft answer, man. Your answer could turn away wrath. You understand? Just like I said earlier, a brother step on your shoes. What should your response be? You understand? It should be, oh, my bad, bro. You understand? I ain't mean to do that, brother. You know what I'm saying? Not, hey, do something about it then. No, it shouldn't be that. A soft answer like a salaki can turn away somebody's wrath. You understand? You got some, sir?
Yeah, because salaki, what you're saying is heavy, man, because in Proverbs 6, you know, two things, you know what I'm saying? The Lord said it's 7 things that he hate. And one of them that you're bringing up now is, you know, feet that are quick to running into mischief.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Them brothers that be at the club, you know what I'm saying, sticking their foot out, knowing it's a walkway right there, waiting on somebody to step on their shoe so they can start problems.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They the ones that the Lord hates. You know what I'm saying? And also another one that, you know, you was bringing out earlier is, you know what I'm saying, brethren that sow discord among brethren.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sowing discord among your brethren, that's one of the things that severs the glue, and that severs brotherhood.
Right.
That keeps us from rejoining as a nation and building up this kingdom so Christ can come back.
Right.
Go ahead.
You understand? And that was a heavy point. Get that brother in here. You understand? That's a heavy point. We have to stop this social discord between one another. You understand? We have to learn how to work together. Brotherhood is going to be the glue to bring this nation back together and stick together. You understand? We need to be selfish with who we love and who we say we love. You understand? You understand? We have to show one another brotherhood. You understand? You finna come on? All right, no sweat. You understand? You got anything, sir?
Come, where you at?
I'm at Proverbs 15:18.
All right, no sweat. Brother, could you read that precept again for me, please?
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 15, verse 1. A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger.
See, understand something about this precept. And what the brother is bringing out is super heavy, man. I just want to come at it at a different angle. See, a lot of times as brothers and sisters, we let our pride get in the way. Right. Our pride is so bad that we want to sit here and argue with one another, and we don't know how to listen to one another. And the most important thing is when you're prideful, that's when you want to talk loud. You want to yell, you want to scream. But the scripture's letting you know right now that a soft word turns away wrath. For brothers, understand this. We're talking about brotherhood. This is the Tuesday brotherhood scripture breakdown, man. Right. Like when you talking to another brother, sometimes you ain't gotta sit here and yell at another brother. You ain't gotta sit here and assert authority or usurp your authority on another brother. What you can easily do is be like, hey, sorry, brother, Salakia. But hey, I feel like you should have did it like this. I've seen the generals do it all the time. Like General Muhammad and the Commanding General YAHANNA, Salakia, the Commanding General YAHANNA and General Muhammad do it all the time. I've seen them be like, hey, Salakia, brother, right. Salakia, warrior, if you could, Baba Kashal, could you do this for me, please? Right. They're not sitting here, telling you, hey, I go do this right now. They sitting here, hey, Salakia, brother, if you could, if you have enough time, could you do this for me, please, Baba Kashal? These men right here are the reason why we're in the truth to this day right now. Right. Because they followed the Most High God. They kept the truth. And they are sitting here with the soft words turning away all the wrath. So when they sitting here telling people, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? They're not sitting here. They can easily tell you, go do this, go do that. But they use their soft words. This is the same thing with women. Like women, like wives, when you're talking to your husband, a lot of times I understand that you don't probably like all the things that he said to you. But at the same time, if you use them soft words, that soft words can turn away that wrath that man has at that time. As brothers talking to your wives, sometimes you can give them soft words, and you know what that can do? That can kill that demon that's on your rib. Because right now, she don't understand anything. So the louder she get, the quieter you get. You're like, all right, baby, I understand. Okay, you mad? All right, I hear you. But see, I can't hear you right now because right now you're talking too loud. So maybe I need to figure out something else. Right. Go ahead, bro.
And if I may, that's what that demon wants you to do. It wants you to react in wrath. You understand? To fuel that anger. Right. You understand? Because you ain't never going to get nowhere if you react with anger. As a man, we have to know how to conduct ourselves within the marriage. You understand? Right. And that's one thing that you can learn within the UPK is how to run a marriage. You know what I'm saying? How to coexist. How to love. How to trust. You understand? That's all I got.
Nah, brother, what you bringing out is super heavy, man. A soft word turns away wrath. Like, that precept right there is the number one thing that can help Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians gather themselves together. Like, if we would stop trying to be so rah, like, I understand we all hard. We all been through hell. We all go through the same struggles. Right. But if we had enough people, enough brothers and sisters having brotherhood and sisterhood to come up to one another and be like, hey, brother, you know what? I understand that you hurt. I understand that you down. I understand that you hurting and all this and your family ain't got this. Well, you know what, brother? Here in the I.S.U.P.K, we got your back, man. Right. We'll sit here and teach you right. We'll sit here and look after your family. If y'all need clothes, we got clothes for them. If y'all need food, we got food pantries for y'all. We got we got food pantries that give out food Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. You know what? We got you. Instead of us, man, say, fam, you going to respect my mind, because if you don't respect my mind, that ain't going to never get us nowhere. Right. That's just grievous words of anger. We sitting here just taking in everything that we got and everything that's going on, and we just want to give out anger. Man, if y'all use them soft words, the soft word can turn away wrath, man. Right. It can stop a lot of stuff from happening. Brother, keep reading that precept. Go to verse 2 for me, Baba Shaw.
Khan, verse 2. The tongue of the wise useth knowledge aright.
The tongue of the wise does what?
Useth knowledge aright.
See, and keep reading. Matter of fact, keep reading.
But the mouth of fools poureth out foolishness.
Understand this, man. A lot of times, like, as righteous men, we have to bite our tongue sometimes. And the reason why we bite our tongue sometimes is because we try to make sure that everything we say off the bat comes off correctly.
because we know for a fact everybody don't think like we think.
Right.
So what we have to do is we have to be seasoned with our words.
Right.
Because like it said, the tongue of the wise uses knowledge aright.
Right.
When we speak, people are listening. So with people listening to our words, we have to come off with knowledge. We have to come off seasoned. We have to come off with aright. Because if we're sitting here in our feelings, then we come off as a fool.
Right.
Because we pouring out foolishness to them.
Right.
Because they don't understand what we understand. And people that sit here and they react off of their emotions, most of the times, I'm just gonna be real with y'all. Y'all are sitting here acting like fools because y'all jump to conclusions. Y'all don't know what y'all saying. Y'all assuming a lot. So y'all are just pouring out all these emotions and feelings, but you really don't have no facts to go along with that. So what you're really doing is you're looking like a fool to your people.
Right.
That's why we say all the time, man, you have to come seasoned when you teach. Because if you're not seasoned and you don't come seasoned, you can sit here and look like a fool to your people. You can sit here and look like a fool to someone that's actually looking to you for knowledge.
Right.
Salaki, brother. Go ahead and keep doing what you're doing, man. Salaki, I don't mean to interrupt what you're doing, brother.
It's the wild, you know what I'm saying? Get a brother in here.
I'm like,
Understand, we're gonna keep it rolling. You understand? Being seasoned will save you from a lot of embarrassment. You understand?
right.
Not only in your marriage, but also in this truth. You feel me? You got to be wise with your words. You feel me?
That's right.
You got to have an understanding behind everything that you speak on. Don't ever teach nothing that you don't know. You understand? Because you will make yourself look like a fool. You know what I'm saying? And like, what scripture we in?
Proverbs 15.
Proverbs 15, 1 and 2.
Proverbs 15. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to make yourself a fool. You don't want to be a fool. You understand? Nobody wants to be a fool. Nobody wants to be laughed at. Nobody wants to be mocked or made a mockery. You understand? As priests and prophets, we should watch everything that we do and watch how we conduct ourselves, because we have either men above us or below us watching us. You understand? We have families that are watching us. You understand? We can't sit up here and just do anything and everything. One thing that I was taught early on in this truth, if you see somebody in the world doing it, don't do it.
Right.
You understand? There's no truth in the world. There's only truth in the I.S.U.P.K.
That's right.
Led by Commander and YAHANNA. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to backtrack a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Big ups to him because he did not compromise. He did not compromise his truth. You understand?
Right.
This was something that was almost lost. And he held it down. You understand? He didn't give in. He didn't make himself look like a fool. He didn't compromise anything. He stood 10 toes down, and look at us now. This truth is spreading like a wildfire. I was able to hear this truth. You understand? A brother from all the way from Clute in New York, thousands of miles away. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm thankful that the Most High chose me to do this work. You understand? And I do this with honor. You know what I'm saying? You got anything, sir?
No, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
You know what I'm saying? No sweat. Can I get Proverbs 16 and 32? You understand? We're gonna run it back to being slow to anger. You know what I'm saying? Being angry doesn't make you a man. You know what I'm saying? You got something, sir?
No.
How to conduct ourselves as men. You understand? Can you get that, sir?
God, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 32. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty.
He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty. You understand? You have to be wise with your decisions. You understand? You have to know how to control yourself. You have to have discipline, which most of us don't have. Sometimes it is a learned attribute. You understand? How to have discipline, how to be slow to anger. You know what I'm saying? It takes some people, it takes time, and it takes patience, especially dealing with our people, because we, like I said, we are stiff-necked people. Go ahead, sir.
Right. What you're saying is heavy because a clamorous spirit, you know what I'm saying, that's like you said, is a female trait. Now, if and that spirit is always looking for something to match its energy. So if it's clamorous, loudmouth, talking over each other, and it finds an energy that does the same thing, then that causes discord amongst brethren, like I said earlier.
Right.
So now you two brothers or you two sisters are beefing now over something that could have been resolved. Or just think about how you're treated at Chick-fil-A. You know what I'm saying? Like it's very rare that they mess up your order. You know what I'm saying? But if they mess up your order, you come out, blah, 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 you messed up my chicken sandwich, blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry, sir. Blah, blah, blah. They talk to you so smooth and so pleasant till you forgot what they messed up. And you, oh, don't worry about it. You know, it's good. Just think. And they correct everything. But like when you go to Popeyes, or if you see any videos like for like the Waffle House, the Waffle House always got squabbles in it because you got clamorous energies all in there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They just looking for that same energy to match. Now you got fights. You know what I'm saying? Okay, well, I wanted scrambled eggs instead of, you know what I'm saying, sunny side up eggs. But you came down with rah, 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 rah. And that person that's been working there all day, they rah, 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 rah. Now you got a fight on your hands.
Right.
Well, you know what I'm saying? But I just use like the Chick-fil-A thing as for, you know, as an example of, you know what I'm saying, being slow to anger. You know what I'm saying? Hearing somebody out. And being the bigger person to rectify the situation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Oh, Con, that was an excellent point. You understand? Like, we have to understand one thing. 9 times out of 10, it ain't that serious. Whatever it is, it's not that deep. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
With just a simple conversation with your brother or your sister, you can get it resolved. Nothing has to ever be brought to wrath. You know what I'm saying? Unless somebody touches you, then by all means protect yourself. But if it's just words, it ain't that deep. You understand?
Right.
You understand? It ain't that big of an issue. It ain't that. What big of an issue is it to talk to your brother, converse with your brother? You understand? It's a big deal when you brought to wrath and y'all out there squabbling. Well, y'all out there on gunplay just over words. Something that ain't. It ain't got to be words. It could be an action. You know what I'm saying? Oh, come. But if we follow these scriptures and, you know, had a little brotherhood, had some patience, being slow to anger, we'd have way more unity than what we have right now. We would not be so divided. We would not be this bucket of crab community that the white people love that the oppressor loves to call us.
Right.
You understand? Because one thing I know for sure is that these crabs were not always in this bucket. They were placed there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And our oppressor, he wants us to stay in these conditions. He wants us to stay here. You know what I'm saying? That's why they promote in our music. What do they promote? They promote violence. It's cool to kill your brother. That's what make you a man. But what the scriptures say that wrath, it does, you know what I'm saying? It does not make you mighty.
Right.
It makes you weak if you respond in wrath. You understand? That's not what being mighty is. Being mighty is following these laws, statutes, commandments. You understand? Being mighty is coming into this truth, going against the world. You understand? You know what I'm saying? Having to lose brothers, sisters, family, because you will not compromise for this truth. That's mighty. You understand? That's not for the faint of heart. Because if you step behind this banner, you understand? You spin in the face of the whole world. You know what I'm saying? You sacrificing everything for the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Because it's easy to do wrong, but you know what I'm saying? It's hard. I guess it's hard for us to do right. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's with right in our face. You know what I'm saying? Anything else on that, sir?
And he that ruleth his spirit, than he that taketh the city.
You understand? If you rule your spirit, man, you could take a whole city.
Smock, if I could.
Like,
Important part of this precept, man, like what the brothers is bringing out is super heavy, man. Like, important part in this precept is letting you know that he that is slow to anger is better than the mighty. Like, a lot of people can be mighty. You can sit here and be the strongest man in the world, but if you are the strongest man in this world that got you can push the button and you can just cancel everything that's going on in this world, right, but you just emotional, like, the person that's slow to anger is better than you because he has more rule over his body. Like, and that's why it says, and he that ruleth his spirit, than he that taketh the city. You can sit here and be emotional like the oppressor. The oppressor is nothing but an emotional being.
Right.
And he comes and he wants to take over the city with wrath and anger and try to own everything. But you know what the 12 tribes of Israel are? We are very slow to anger. And because the reason why we're slow to anger is because here in the I.S.U.P.K, we know what's going. We know what's going to happen. So right now, you don't see us out here killing our oppressor. You don't see us out here beating up our oppressor. No, we just letting the Lord do what he needs to do.
Right.
We letting him do his work, because the thing about it is the Lord is sitting here watching, and he's letting things go on because he's waiting for the 12 tribes of Israel to gather themselves together. He is sitting here saying that all these people that slow to anger is better than the mighty.
Right.
For us Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that know what the Lord has for us, right now we're just sitting back and we just waiting. We just waiting on the day to get that order. We waiting for the Most High to come on down so that way we can get them orders. And that's why we have to be slow to anger.
Right.
Because we can easily, if we decided to, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the 12 tribes of Israel, we can take over anything we put our minds to.
Right.
Because everything that's right now, right here, right now, is because of us.
Right.
So if we ever just stop messing with all these other heathen nations and gather ourselves together, we could take over everything. But the thing about it is, so many of us, we are so quick to being angry, quick to being in our feelings, quick to being so prideful that we rather take the city than to sit here and rule over our spirit. We rather sit here and shoot down a cop or shoot down a heathen than to sit here and wait for the time to do everything that we need to do.
Right.
There's going to be a time for all that, man. There's a time. See, all wars, well, I can say this, all battles aren't sitting here just going ahead and killing somebody right then and there.
Right.
Like, this is chess. This ain't checkers. Like, you got to put your pieces into place. So that way, when you ready to go ahead and take something, you already have protection. And right now, what Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, what we are doing in the truth right now is we are putting our pieces together by where the Most High is telling us to put our pieces together, man. And that main thing we have to learn how to do is we have to learn how to be slow to anger. Because most of the times that we are being out here killed in these streets is because instead of being slow to anger, we're being fast to react to something.
Right.
We want to sit here and be quick. Like a brother step on your shoe, you automatically want to fight. A sister sitting here bumps you in the club, you automatically want to fight.
Right.
Your husband tells you, hey, I want this done like this. You automatically want to sit here and argue back with him.
Right.
And all these things is because we cannot be slow to anger, man. Being slow to anger, like, that's why you have to be swift to hear and slow to speak. Because when you want to speak quick, then you're missing something that someone else is saying.
Right.
So a lot of time with the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man, we are so quick to want to rebuttal something that we're not sitting here listening to what's the real thing, what's the real deal.
Right.
We want to sit here and be like, well, you know what? I don't like this because they disrespecting me. They not respecting my mind. They not doing this. They not doing that. But you're not understanding, okay, so the only way to end this problem between you and them is y'all have to sit down and have a real deal conversation. They want to respect you, but the only way that they can respect you is by you respecting them, and they don't feel respected.
Right.
So what you should do is this. If y'all sit down and have a conversation where you hear them out and they hear you out, y'all be able to gather yourselves together and we'll be able to rule everything. Like right now, what's happening right now is the I.S.U.P.K, we sitting here telling all other Hebrew Israelite groups, man, what y'all need to do is y'all need to come back home because y'all left One West and y'all decided to do y'all own things. But most of these other Israelite groups, they're sitting here in their feelings because they feel like they're right. And they're not trying to hear nothing. They're not trying to hear nothing. They just want to talk. They just want to rebuttal. They just want to argue. They just want to spit. They want to spit box all day long.
Right.
And here in the I.S.U.P.K and under Commander General YAHANNA, we have been very humble. We have been very, like, we've been the priests and prophets that's sitting here like, man, it's like, man, Commander General YAHANNA said it's time for all of us to gather ourselves together, man.
Right.
Like, I don't care if you sitting here over there, man, come back home, man.
Right.
Come back to this truth. And if you don't want to come back to the truth, then Lord be with you, brother. Because at the end of the day, man, like, we know what the truth is. You know what the truth is because your leader was in the truth and he left the truth to give you the doctrine that you have right now.
Right.
Right.
So by us giving out the olive branch through the order that Commander General YAHANNA gave us, that is mercy.
Right.
That is all of us being slow to anger. Because a lot of us, we sit here and we just look like, why are y'all sitting here causing division amongst us, man? Like right now, we are so gun-ho on pride that we can't, like, a lot of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians can't rule their own soul. They can't rule their own spirit because they're too busy being prideful. Pride comes before destruction, man.
Right.
Being slow to anger stops you from being prideful. That humbles you to being slow to anger.
Right.
When you're slow to anger, that stops you from saying a lot of things that you really want to say. And that shows that you are in the right spirit because you are ruling over your own soul that's telling you, because our demons all day long, our demons want to tell us, man, say, fam, F this. Man, let's go kill these people. Let's go do this. Let's go do that.
Right.
But see, being slow to anger that the Most High taught us to be, that the Commander General YAHANNA and all the generals taught us to do, being slow to anger, we like, nah, man, hey, man, you tripping right now. Right now, this is the time for you to sit here and get some understanding behind everything. Understand why this is that and this is going on in the world, instead of you wanting to go jump head first and going out there and dying or killing your own people that needs your help. Most of our people out here, they dying because they're pride. They're not slow to anger. They want to take over a city. They want to take over a hood. That's what all the gangs is doing. The gangs just want to take over a city. They want to take over a block. But they're not doing what they should do. They're not sitting here protecting. The reason why gangs were made was to protect. But now they're too busy trying to sell drugs and take over cities and take over blocks.
Right.
Keep doing what you're doing, brother.
And if I may just add on to that, they have no compassion. You understand? Because they will sell drugs to their own mother. You understand? Just to get ahead of everybody else. You understand? To their beloved auntie, to their own grandmother. You understand? We gotta have compassion if we're gonna overcome everything. You understand? We have to give up the world. We have to give up selling drugs, get on a stripper pole, OnlyFans, stuff like that. We have to give that up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We can't continue to compromise. We can't continue to compromise and expect to overcome this hellish condition that we are in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We have to be slow to anger. Because that's a big problem in our community is that we took on our oppressor's violent tendencies. You understand? Because like Christ said, we have a father, the devil.
Right.
You understand? What does a father do? A father teaches. What have we been taught? How to be like the oppressor.
That's right.
You understand? So we have to stop trying to be like the oppressor and start trying to be like Christ.
That's right.
You understand? You see the sacrifice that Christ made?
Right.
How he lived perfectly? We have to not try, but do. You understand? Because these are the conditions that the Most High requires of us. If we say that we love him so much, we have to be like Christ. We have to do these commandments. We have to have brotherhood. We have to have compassion. We can't sit up here and step on our brothers to get ahead of them. You understand? We can't talk over each other, not be willing to hear each other out. You understand? Because just listening can resolve it. Speak. You ain't got to say nothing. Let the man talk. And he gonna realize eventually, man, I'm tripping.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm in the wrong. You understand? Because we are not naturally a violent people. That's not natural. This is a learned trait. You understand? This is from not having fathers in our households, not having the truth in our households. You understand? This is why we have to go through what we go through. You understand? This is what living without the Most High is like. You understand? Because like a father, he punished us. He's punishing us right now because we have to be Americans. You understand? That's not a proud thing to be is in America. You understand? I rather take on my custom, take on these laws, statutes, commandments, what the Most High gave to us and nobody else, and be selfish with it, and be brotherly to my brothers and my sisters. You know what I'm saying? Have compassion. You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to step on their neck like the oppressor trying to do. You understand? Is there any more on that one?
No.
What we just came from? We
Just came from this Proverbs 16 and 32.
the water, so I appreciate it. Can I get First John 3 and 4? You know what I'm saying? Because one thing that we have to understand, one thing that we have to understand is that we can't continue to transgress our brother. You know what I'm saying? Because if you transgress, you're transgressing the law. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? There's no sin greater than the other. Matter of fact, I was just speaking on this at work. You know what I'm saying? If you would steal, if you would kill, then you would be a homosexual. You know what I'm saying? If you smoke weed, then you would be a homosexual. You know what I'm saying? No sin is greater than the other one. You know what I'm saying? First, we must learn the law. You know what I'm saying? The only place you can learn this law from is in the I.S.U.P.K. So we brought out earlier was heavy because in these other Israelite groups, in these entities, you getting watered down breakdowns. You know what I'm saying? They breakdowns from 3 breakoffs ago. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting the truth. You're not being fed.
Right.
You can only be fed in the I.S.U.P.K. You know what I'm saying? We got what you need. We boast because it's proven. There have never been no scandals with the I.S.U.P.K. You understand? It hasn't. You understand? And we never been disproven on anything we said. Only thing that they do is talk over us when we try to explain something. They don't listen to their brothers. They have no discipline. You understand? But the olive branch has been extended. They could come get this wisdom and stick to it. Stay in it. Be a part of it. Be a part of one body like the Most High said to be. You understand? Unless we continue to be in this condition. The faster we come together, the faster we can get about this condition that we in. So you got that?
But
You understand? You transgressing the law. You transgressing against the Most High. Because the Most High gave us these laws. You know what I'm saying? And that's nothing light. You know what I'm saying? That is a power beyond your understanding. And he chose you. He gave these laws to you. And what do? You ignore them. You ignore the Lord's voice. You understand? You choose to transgress over and over, and then he just gonna forgive you. That's the Christian concept, thinking the Lord is just a pushover, and he gonna forgive you every time you transgress the law. No, there are punishments and judgments that come with that. You understand? There are things that come with that come with smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? That come with being a homosexual. Excuse me. You understand? That come with being a murderer. You understand? There are judgments. Salaki. My apologies. Any more on that?
Khan. For sin is the transgression of the law.
For sin is the transgression of the law. You understand? Once again, we have to stop transgression and stop being led by our spirit. You understand? Come to the UPK, learn how to be spiritually led. You understand? And stop being led astray. Stop letting these other entities fool you. You understand? Stop letting these Christian pastors take your money. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to pay your tithes, pay it to the I.S.U.P.K. because it's going to go towards our nation. Support your nation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you ain't going to see our generals out here driving the BMWs and Benzes. You know what I'm saying? And it's also of the law that you pay your tithes to the Lord's priests and prophets. You understand? If you don't, that's transgression. You understand? You got anything, sir?
Yeah, man. What the brother bringing out is super heavy, man. Because a lot of times, if we listening to what our Christian pastors say, if we listening to what the world say, if we listening to what our feelings is saying, most 9 times out of 10, man, it's going against what the Most High God says. Because the Most High God told us not to eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster, but the world told us it's okay.
Right.
Our Christian church told us it's okay. Our leaders told us it's okay. Big Mama done told you it's okay. Like, and we talking about brotherhood and sisterhood today. Where's the brotherhood and sisterhood at about breaking the law, statutes, and commandments that the Most High God told us to follow? That's not brotherhood and sisterhood, man. How you gonna sit here and tell me it's okay for me to eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster? How you gonna tell me? Because you telling me to eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster and it's okay. It's like you telling me to eat a well-seasoned pamper and it's okay.
Right.
Like, you telling me it's okay for me to smoke weed, smoke cigarettes, and smoke blacks. It's like you telling me it's okay for me to suck a rod.
Good night.
Like, y'all don't care about each other. Here in the I.S.U.P.K, we care about each other.
That's right.
We'll sit here and tell you, hey, brother, you don't need to eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. You don't need to sit here and smoke weed, smoke cigarettes, smoke black and mild, smoke backwoods, or anything like that. You need to stop abusing these drugs that the doctors is giving you.
Right.
You need to stop abusing your own people. You need to stop raping. You need to stop robbing. You need to stop murdering your own kind. You need to stop being a homosexual. You need to stop. If you a sister, you need to stop munching on box. And as a brother, you need to take the rod out your mouth and become a real man or a real soldier that the Most High wanted you to be.
Right.
See, in the I.S.U.P.K, we sit here and we love our people.
Right.
We talk with the knowledge that the Most High God has passed down through generations and generations of real men. We're not afraid like most of y'all are. Most of y'all are afraid to go against the grain.
Right.
The I.S.U.P.K, we're all about going against the grain, man. Y'all think y'all going against the grain from being a homosexual. No, y'all not going against the grain because everybody accepts homosexuality.
Right.
So how are you going against the grain for something that everybody accepts? How you going against the grain when everybody accepts you smoking weed, selling weed, the opioids? Now everybody got the fentanyl.
Good night.
Everybody sitting here want to pour up syrup. Everybody want to pour up that liquid, them liquid heroin. You think that you really doing something. You're not going against the grain. You're following everybody, man.
Right.
You following everybody because it's okay for everybody to be homosexual now. We got the transgenders, we got the pansexuals, we got the
auto six. That's a new one.
Yeah, you got the autosexual. You got the LBGTQQRRPPSSTTQR. Like, y'all done made so many letters, and then y'all done remixed the letters because y'all are doing what everybody else is doing, man. Everybody else is like, man, all right, what's the new trend now? Like in 2020, 2010. Well, no, 2010, they said it was okay. They said it's okay. It's okay for y'all to come out the closet now because everybody was hiding being homosexuals. In 2010, they done came out. And probably like what, 2016, 2017, they started allowing people to just really get into that, getting married and all that, getting the marriages and all that. And now in 2022, now y'all just got the full-on weaves. If you a man, you around here wearing weaves. You around here wearing leggings. You around here like you got the homosexuals smoking blunts. And that's like that's a double, triple sin right there, man. First and foremost, you a homosexual. Second of all, now you smoking weed. You going against everything the Most High God has told you, man. So you're transgressing the law. You can't say like all these so-called Christians, man. We call y'all so-called Christians because if y'all understand what the word Christian means, Christian means to be Christ-like.
Right.
So if you're being Christ-like, where in the Bible did Christ smoke weed? Where in the Bible did Christ put a rod in his mouth? Where in the Bible did Christ say it's okay to eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster? Where did y'all see him eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster in the Bible? Where did y'all see him do anything other than be a perfect man and die for the sins of you ignorant people that's sitting here going against his laws that the Most High God told him to do? Like, these laws have been here, man.
Right.
Christ came to fulfill the laws to show you that you can be ye therefore perfect, like his Father in heaven is perfect. And your Father in heaven is perfect. But instead of y'all doing that, y'all rather sit here and transgress the law. Y'all rather sit here and go against the law because you rather bend over backwards for whoever's ruling the kingdom right then and there.
Right.
Y'all rather go with the grain. Y'all are afraid to be set apart and different, man. Stop sitting here trying to go with everything, man. I'd rather go against the grain and they got to deal with the consequences than me to sit here and ever be a homosexual. Me sit here and ever smoke weed ever in my life again. Me to sit here and ever sit here and sell drugs in my community. Me to sit here and ever do anything that goes against the Most High God, man. The Most High God got me out of that.
Right.
He got me out of killing my own people and destroying my own people for my lustful needs, man. Right. My need of money. So I'm ready to sit here and sell drugs in the community, sit here and ready to go against everything that I'm supposed to do. Like, the Most High God pulled you out of darkness and brought you into the light for a reason. And if y'all not understanding what's going on in this earth right now, what's going on in the earth right now is Christ is showing y'all brotherhood right now. Right. He's showing y'all that it's time to set yourself apart from these other nations. Right. That's why y'all think COVID is separating us for a reason.
Right.
And y'all sitting here not listening. Y'all sitting here enjoying, okay, well, I want to go against around, I want to be around everybody, so I'll catch COVID. And then you're wondering why you're sitting here dying in the hospitals, and the white person you were just with, he's still living his life. The plagues is coming to kill the people that it's supposed to kill.
Right.
And the people that is killing right now, and the people that's catching it right now, is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, because we're hard-headed, we stiff-necked people. And the oppressors that are catching it, that are dying, that's just the Lord showing us, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, that don't worry about it. I still got them too. Don't worry, I'm gonna still get them. But I'm catching y'all first. Because y'all know what? Y'all are disobedient. Y'all are transgressing the law. And as we find out, sin is transgressing of the law. Right. So what we need to stop doing is stop sinning. So that way we don't have to catch the wrath of the Most High God.
You understand? Right.
So like that.
And that's a heavy point, you understand? Because if you sin, you have to live out that evil. You understand? You have to learn what the evil of that sin is. You know what I'm saying? If you're a homosexual, catch AIDS. If you're a murderer, you get locked up for the rest of your life. You understand? If you're a thief, you're probably gonna get killed. You know what I'm saying? This is why we have to stop being a part of the world in this traditions.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Learn our traditions. You know what I'm saying? Learn what the Bible say do. Because these laws, statutes, and commandments are here to protect you. You understand?
That's right.
You ain't gonna die if you follow the laws, statutes, and commandments. You understand? You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta live that evil. You're protected from it. You understand? Once you learn these laws, statutes, and commandments, you know what I'm saying? But once again, you're not gonna learn it from the world. You're not gonna learn it in the Christian church.
Right.
You're gonna learn how to be a victim, how to be a sinner, and how to be a hypocrite. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only thing that the Christian church produces.
That's right.
And that's a heavy point. It creates victims. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because they sweep everything under the rug instead of putting everything on the forefront. Pastor out here molesting kids. Them Catholic priests out here molesting kids, and ain't nobody doing nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? That creates trauma that those kids got to live with. You understand? Just like holidays, that young woman that got molested by somebody that she was supposed to be able to trust has to sit there and look at the man that did it every year. She has to sit in front of that man. You understand? Mm-hmm. Or that man has to sit in front of that woman. You understand? But these is judgment that we have to go through because we don't follow the law, God's laws, His commandments. You understand? We have to stand up once more and be a nation.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Stand up for the Lord because that's what He requires of you. You understand? Being slow to anger, loving your brother, forgiving your brother, and having patience, and following His laws is what He requires of you. What does it say the duty of a man is? What's the whole point of your existence as a black man, as a Native American man, as a Hispanic man? It's to serve the Most High. It's to serve the Lord, not be of your own will.
Right.
You have to be of your Father's will, lest you be led to death. You know what I'm saying? Because us being here in the UPK, let me tell you, man, this is mercy. You understand? Don't take this lightly. You know what I'm saying? Lord could have chose anybody else to be here. You know what I'm saying? Because we was probably well on the way to death. This was mercy. Don't take this lightly. If you come far behind this banner, if you got a name, if you're a young man, don't take this lightly. You understand? Because this is not nothing light.
That's right.
Like I said, the Lord could have chose anybody. But He chose you to hear these laws, statutes, commandments. He chose you to know your culture. Because before that, you didn't know you was an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? Before you heard the UPK say, hey, blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans are Israelites. This is something that you had to be taught. That the Lord allowed you to hear. You understand? You know what I'm saying? I thank the Most High because I got to meet the priest and prophet firsthand. And he told me, hey, you an Israelite. And I've been running with it ever since. I ran into the UPK. I started watching the videos, and I took hold of this. You understand? And Lord be willing, I do not let it go.
That's right.
I pray the Lord keep my zeal lit. You understand? That I won't fall back into the world. That I won't fall back into somewhere I could die. You understand? Well, my own cousin would kill me. You understand? Over nothing. Over wrath. Over something that was easy you could have hashed out. You understand? This is nothing light.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? If you fall under this banner, don't be a hypocrite. Don't be a liar. Don't be a cheater. Don't be a murderer. Don't. And stay away from drugs, man. Because what that weed does is it makes you docile. It takes that masculinity out of you. It makes excuses. The more you dwell in sin, the more you dwell in your outer mind, the more you hang with familiar spirits. You understand? We have to learn how to fall out of these habits. You know what I'm saying? Because sin, being of the world, is counterproductive. You're working backwards. You know what I'm saying? You shaming yourself in front of your Father. You are ashamed to Him. You understand? You don't want to ever be a disgrace to your Father. Yeah, when judgment day, you got to get judged in front of everybody. Everything you done get aired out. You understand? I know me. Lord be willing, I be 144. You know what I'm saying? Lord be willing. And Lord be willing, all Israel be saved. Because I understand there's people who haven't heard this. You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord already showed us enough mercy. It's been thousands of years and we still the same stiff-necked people. Do you know, if the Most High has patience on us, then we could have patience on our brother. Because the Lord knows we do not deserve this. We do not deserve this mercy. Right. You understand? And we sit up here and trample over it every day by the things that we do, by the things that we say. You understand? By making a mockery of our Father. You know what I'm saying? We have to be led by our spirit. You understand? We can't be led by our flesh no more. But led of your flesh, where has that gotten you? That has gotten you nowhere. You understand? It gotten you nowhere but in hell. Right. You understand? What he said, what the brother said earlier is that I was watching a brother class. It's like in the time of Moses. Moses left for 10 minutes. not exactly, but in that time we built a goddamn golden calf. You know what I'm saying? Just because we wanted to go back to Egypt because they got all the food. You know what I'm saying? They got all the entertainment. You know what I'm saying? They got all the houses. We have been in this wilderness getting bit by snakes, going through hunger. You know what I'm saying? We compromise with the heathen. We compromise with the world every time and we go against our Father. We have been disobedient children. You understand? We continuously are misled by our Christian pastors, these Muslims, the LGBT community. We constantly are misled. You understand? But once again, we have to be led by the Spirit. And if you are behind this banner, don't take this lightly. Live it. Live by it. Live according to the Most High. Don't live according to yourself. You understand?
That's right.
Because the Most High might just stop showing mercy and kill you, because He does not take pleasure in killing. He wants you to be the person that He said you can be. You understand? I ain't trying to sound Christian, but you know what I mean. He wants you to be a priest and prophet if you're in here. But if not, you will breach. So be it. Leave. If you do not take this serious, then leave. You understand? The Lord will bring somebody else in here, because one way or another, Israel will rise again.
Right.
We will be a nation once more.
Right.
We'll be a strong, everlasting nation. You know what I'm saying? Something that can't be brought down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't compromise for that, because what the world got to offer you is nothing on what the Most High got to offer you. This is nothing. But what yo, press his face on the dollar bill, man? That's what you going hard for? That's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Imagine being able to see your king. You know what I'm saying? Imagine being able to stop getting shot down in the streets.
Right.
Stop seeing your sisters on OnlyFans. Stop seeing your brother selling dope. You know what I'm saying? That sound like heaven to me. If my people could be on top for a change.
That's right.
You understand? If we could finally get revenge, because revenge is of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? If we could finally be at peace, because we've been in hell for so long. You understand? This is what we're talking about right here. This is how you build a kingdom. It's with brotherhood. This is what the Tuesday class is about. It's brotherhood. You understand? You can't have a nation without brotherhood.
That's right.
You understand?
And Salaki, if I may, if we getting on the topic, just like you said, man, we can't have nothing without brotherhood. Then it'll only be brotherhood for us to pull the scripture that let our people know. Please, let's go to 1 John chapter 2, verse 15, if you could, Baba Kasha.
Right.
Like, it will only be brotherhood for us to bring this out.
Right.
Because this is the brotherhood class.
Right.
And what we talking about is what sin is and the transgression of the law, and how we need to be, how we need to show brotherhood and sisterhood. And the only way that we can show brotherhood and sisterhood is to first go ahead and pinpoint some things that we should not be doing.
Right.
And let's go ahead and pinpoint something real quick. Go ahead and read that.
This is the book of 1 John chapter 2, verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
Right.
So right there, it's letting you know, man. It's telling you love not the world. See, right now, the world is full of wickedness, man.
Right.
Like, this is why we talking about it. The world is full of homosexuality, drug addicts, pill poppers, people sitting here doing whatever it takes to get over on their brothers, scammers, robbers, murderers, and all these things. The Christian church is the biggest scam artist of them all, man.
Right.
And this is what's in the world right now. And the Bible is telling you, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. Because if you love the world, if you love all these things that are going on right now in the world, then the love of the Father is not in you.
Right.
Like, everybody sitting here love everything about the world, but I bet y'all don't love the coronavirus. Y'all love everything that's going on in the world. Why y'all don't like the coronavirus?
Right.
Why y'all are not in love with the coronavirus, man? Because the coronavirus is stopping you from loving the world and the things that are in the world. Y'all love these things. Brother, go ahead and read verse 16, man.
Verse 16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world.
Understand this, man. Y'all don't like the coronavirus because the coronavirus is making y'all sit down somewhere. Well, it used to make y'all sit down somewhere. Now all of y'all ready to get COVID. All y'all ready to just hop out there and catch that corona because y'all don't care about nothing now.
Right.
But see, y'all love everything that's in the world, man. Y'all like going to them clubs and seeing all them chicks dressed with their butt out. Y'all love seeing, and don't get me wrong, man. I'm a man just like you a man, man. I love seeing me a beautiful 12 tribes of Israel woman. I love that.
Right.
But something that I will never sit here and do is sit here and be so lustful after somebody that I'd rather get sick and die just so I can see some butt clapping. Like, that's what y'all do nowadays, man. Y'all want to go to the club just so y'all can just look at a sister twerking. Y'all not walking up on her. Y'all not talking to her. Y'all ain't trying to see who she is and what she got and what her ambitions and what y'all trying to do is just go to the club, be around all your partners, smoking and drinking and looking at chicks twerk on each other the whole time in the club.
Sucking on the hookah.
Y'all, yeah, and now it got to the point where they getting homosexual about it. It's already homosexual. Y'all passing around blunts that one party done licked on to roll up, but now y'all around here passing around hookahs, and y'all just sitting here, and this is all that y'all look for, man.
Right.
And y'all sitting here smoking hookah while y'all lusting after people. Y'all lusting after women. And half of the time, I don't think y'all men in the clubs lusting after these women. Y'all really looking for the other niggas that's in the club too.
Right.
Because half of y'all don't really even sit here and try to talk to no females in the club. Half of y'all really out there trying to talk to niggas. Y'all rather stand by your nigga and be like, say, my nigga, you see that right there? Y'all are lustful beings because y'all are following the ways of the heathens. Y'all are following the ways of the world and understanding that the Father is not with you, man.
Right.
The Father's not in the midst. Because right now, this is a plague going on, man.
Right.
COVID is a plague. And most of y'all not understanding that it's a plague because y'all are too busy loving the world and the things that are in the world. You want to sit here and love all these things that are in the world besides the Father. Right. But then you want to sit here and go to church on Sunday and think that you with the Lord. You're not with the Lord just because you go to church on Sundays. Because he knows what you're going to do. Right. That is a big contradiction, man. Like, that's a hypocrisy, man. Right. How you up and down the stripper pole on Saturday, you up and down on the stripper pole Friday and Saturday, and then on Sunday, you at the church house, paying your 10%, talking about the God know my heart. So the Most High know your heart because you a stripper? Man. He know your heart because you letting every Tom, Dick, and Harry run his fingers through your vagina while you in the strip club? That's what you want to say? You are too busy loving the world that you are not showing brotherhood and sisterhood, man. Brotherhood and sisterhood is what the I.S.U.P.K do, man. Right. We sit here and tell our people, hey, get out the strip club, man. Get out the Christian church. Stop being a hypocrite. Stop being a coward. Right. Stop giving excuses, man. Be slow to anger. Stop sitting here wanting to do all the things that the world is doing right now, because what the world is doing right now is not what the Father said for us to do, man. Right. The Father gave us instructions. Y'all want to talk about the Bible being basic instructions before leaving earth, but yeah, y'all don't even want to follow the basic instructions.
Not even the 10 Commandments.
You don't like, and that's the craziest thing. They talk about the 10 Commandments. We know that there's more than 10 Commandments.
623.
But they don't even want to follow the 10 Commandments. How do y'all want to come up with all these analogies for the Bible, but yeah, y'all don't want to follow the Bible?
Right.
How do y'all want to sit here and call on the Lord when you sitting here got a gun pointed at your scalp, talking about give me everything that you got? Then you want to be like, you want to pray in your head, man, Lord, if you let me make it through, I swear I'll never do this again. Oh, when bills is due, rent is due, Lord, if you let me make it through, man, you know, I know that I was not a good and faithful servant, but you know, I'll make sure I go to church. I'll pay my 10%. While you sitting here following everything that the world is telling you, you're not following the Most High God. You're not following the Most High God, and the reason why you're not following him is because you was never with him.
Right.
You love the world more than you love him. You love everything else before you love the Most High. And here in the I.S.U.P.K, we telling you to sit here and love the Most High God first with all thy might and all thy soul. Hey, drop what you got right there, and go to Proverbs 25 and 28, man. Because this right here is going to let you know exactly what you need, bro. This is the things, as y'all want to say, the basic instructions, man. This is the school, the Israelite school of universal practical knowledge.
Right.
So let us give you some practical knowledge. We're going to give you some of the things that's not grievous. We're going to tell you exactly what's going on. We already told you not to love the world, neither the things that are in the world. And this lesson today is about brotherhood and sisterhood being slow to anger.
Right.
And the only way that you can be slow to anger is for you to have control over yourself.
Right.
You got to have control over yourself not to smoke weed. You got to have control over yourself to not be a homosexual. You have to have control over yourself to not eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. You got to have control over yourself to make sure that you are doing good and communicating with one another. Go ahead and read that precept for me, brother, please.
Got on one card. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 25, verse 28. He that have no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down.
It's like a city that's what?
Broken down.
And the city that's broken down has what?
Without walls.
It has no walls, man. A city that's broken down is what? It's destroyed. And so is a person that has no rule over their spirit. Why do you think all these people are sitting here going crazy? Why do you think all these people are sitting here committing suicide? Because they have no rule over their body, man. Right. You got to understand what a demon is and what a demon's job is. A demon's job is to sit here and make you depart from everybody else, get you alone. Once they get you alone, it's to try to kill you, man. Right. Because you're not slow to anger. You so quick to sit here and ready to jump off the deep end that you're not understanding that all this stuff that's going on right now is a demonic attack.
Right.
And the demonic attack wanted you to give up everything else and follow what it's saying do.
Right.
And you falling for it because you have no self-control. Like here in the I.S.U.P.K, you learn to have self-control.
Right. Because
you gotta have self-control to be able to go against everything that you was taught from birth. Like I think the Most High in Christ that these little children that's in the I.S.U.P.K was brought into the I.S.U.P.K at a young age, man.
Right.
Like I sit here and I thank the Most High that my son was born into the truth, because he doesn't have to live the life that I had to live, man. He doesn't have to go through having Christmas, birthdays, Valentine's Day, trying to figure out how I'm gonna get a gift for this little girl that I was talking to at this time. Like when we was younger, man, we was sitting here rattling our brains behind, all right, I ain't got no money to my name. How I'm gonna get this girl a Valentine's Day gift? How I'm gonna get her a birthday gift? How I'm gonna give her a Christmas gift? My son ain't gotta worry about that because he's in the truth.
Right.
Like he's in the truth where he knows that he's the prize. Right. He's in the truth where he knows that Valentine's Day is pagan, Christmas pagan, Thanksgiving pagan,
right,
birthdays pagan. Like, and he's going to be trained up on being slow to anger. Because if you don't have control over yourself, and a lot of kids, like I work in the school system, like I work in alternative campuses. I don't work in a regular campus, the main campus. I work in an alternative campus. Right. So if your kid get kicked out of school, he get enough referrals, he get in a fight, he bring drugs to the school, then he come see me and my people. Like, and we sit here and we deal with kids that are broken. They have no rule over their spirit.
Right.
And we have to sit here and rebuild these kids and build these kids up before they getting sent to the juvenile system. Everybody know about the school to prison pipe.
Yeah. Right.
Like working in an alternative campus, man, the Most High put me at an alternative campus because he needed a soldier there to try to talk to these kids, because I see so many. And if you really go to an alternative campus, the only kids you're gonna really see blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
Right.
Like that's the majority of the kids that you see. And right now, you're seeing, like, I see black boys and black girls all the time, Hispanic girls, Hispanic boys all the time, man. And all of them, they just looking for somebody to care for them. And all of them have the same story. My parents on drugs, or I'm homeless because I live in a single parent household. My dad, he always at work. He works, and as soon as he get off work, he fall asleep, and then he got to wake up in 2 hours and go to his other job. And we got to sit here and try to figure out how we gonna eat and sleep. And I got to look after my brothers and my sisters, my younger brothers and my younger sisters. So I got to get it at all costs. And it's all because we are sitting here not being together, not loving one another. We are sitting here being angry at one another. We can't even sit here and have a conversation with one another. We don't have no control over our spirit.
Right.
We just sitting here just trying to figure out what the hell we doing every day. We just angry. We just so angry. We don't even know how to sit here and take a break and be like, you know what, let me take a step back and figure out how I'm going to sit here and not put this generational curse on my child.
Right.
Because I'm so angry and I'm so mad, and I have no rule over my spirit because I was taught from Big Mama, and Big Mama, she used to try to cuss us out anytime she had Big Mama was ready to throw a shoe at us.
It's heavy.
So now none of us have rule over our spirit because we're sitting here going after the people that taught us. And the people that taught us didn't have no rule over their spirit. And you want to know why? Because they learned from the oppressor who has no rule over his spirit.
Right.
And you wonder why the city is being destroyed the way that it's being destroyed. It's being destroyed because nobody has a rule over their spirit.
Right.
It's like a city with no walls. And if we just want to be real, a city with no walls is like a woman with no walls. Nobody wants to get in there. Nobody wants to sit around there. Nobody wants to be there. Because what are you getting from it? You're not getting nothing from it.
Literally.
So, like, when are we going to, as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, have brotherhood, sisterhood, learn to be slow to anger and have rule over our spirit?
Right.
When are we going to take back our spirits, man? Because right now, our spirits is stuck with the oppressor.
Right.
The oppressor is sitting here. The oppressor has ruled over our spirits for over 500 years when they did slavery. And slavery is still to this day because you can't get the jobs that you want. So when are we going to take back the rule over our own spirits, man? Here in the I.S.U.P.K, we've done it. We sitting here, we taking back the rule over our own spirit. That's why we have so much mercy. The Commander General YAHANNA has taught us to have so much mercy for our people, and he has so much mercy, man. I thank the Most High for Commander General YAHANNA, man,
Right.
and all the generals, because they taught me to have so much mercy, man. And I know for a fact there's sometimes that they want to wring our necks.
Right.
I know, because there's sometimes that I be calling them in the middle of the night, and I know for a fact I be like, man, Salakia, sir, I really need your help. And as priests and prophets and men of the Most High, they answer the phone. Like they let you know, man, with more rank, understand this. With more rank, you might as well keep your phone on ringer at all times.
Right.
Because your phone gonna get rung and you gotta answer.
Right.
Just think, man. The generals have to be slow to anger.
Right.
Because they have to give us counsel. You can't sit here and get counsel from nobody that's sitting here quick to anger. Because if they were quick to anger, then we all would be still in the world, because we all would be like, you know what? Forget them. Wash my hands with them. They're done. Send them on. I don't got time for this. But the Commander General YAHANNA and all the generals sat here and they were slow, and they still slow to anger with us. They sit here all the time and give us counsel when they can be chilling, because they care for their people. If you really care for your people, what you would start doing is being slow to anger.
Right.
You really love one another. How about you be slow to anger? How about you be slow to respond and swift to hear? If you really love your brother and your sister,
Right.
because if you sitting here and you so quick to respond, man, then you're a city with no walls. It's like it, brother.
That's a heavy point, you know what I'm saying? A city with no walls has no defense, you understand?
Right.
Anybody can invade it. Anybody can rile that city up.
That's right.
You understand? Anybody can push that city up. You understand? That's why it relates to you as being a city with no walls, because you have no discipline.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But sometimes that takes learning, because 9 times out of 10, women are left to raise these kids by themselves. And like I said earlier, the weaker vessel tends to react in wrath.
Right.
And so that is a trait that a male could get from his mother, because he was raised solely by his mother. And he reacts in wrath with his brothers or with his wife, because he does not have control over his own emotions.
Right.
You understand? And that's why it is also very important that us men be in these households, because we are gatekeepers. You understand? We protect these gates. We don't let anybody intrude into our gates. You understand?
Right.
Invade our gates is a better word.
That's right.
You understand?
See.
See, when a man is taken out of the household, anything could go awry. You understand? Things go wrong when you don't have that masculine figure. I seen something earlier about a school district that was known for people getting into fights.
Mm-hmm.
And it was this group of dads. They in the world, of course. These group of dads, they took charge, and they work in shifts. They came to volunteer to be dads for those who ain't got it at home. And the fights went down. There would have been no fights since the dad's been at the schools. And that's an example. That's why it's so important for men to be in the household. You understand? Right. To teach their children. You understand? To help be with their wives. You understand? Because a woman can't do this by herself. The proof is in the pudding. You understand? We got the most beautiful women, but a woman should not, and strong women, but these women should not be left alone. You understand?
That's right.
It is a must that we have to be in these households. You know what I'm saying? And also, most high Christ for these children that get to be raised up in this truth. That's a luxury that we did not have. You know what I'm saying? We still battle our flesh. You know what I'm saying? And the life is warfare.
Right.
You understand? You have to know how to go to war. You have to know how to combat your flesh. You understand? You have to learn how to stand against your flesh. Don't let your flesh overcome you. That's be led by your spirit. You understand? Cleave and hold on to these laws, statutes, commandments.
That's right.
And don't let it go. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing for sure is yours. This is what the Lord gave you. The Bible is a whole blueprint on how you should live your life. It is a history book, a blueprint. Shit, you name it. You understand? It's all for you. It's all for you, Black, Hispanic, Native American man. You understand? This ain't something that I'm willing to compromise. I'm not gonna give this to anybody else. This is mine. You feel me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The Lord chose you above all nations, as it says Deuteronomy 77, above all nations. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's not equal. But our problem is we lack confidence. You understand? We're a self-conscious nation. We care about what all these other nations think about us instead of what the Most High thinks about us. You understand? And that's a part of our destruction. You understand? You got something?
Yeah, come on, man. No, man, what you saying is heavy, man. I'm gonna let you go if you going, brother.
Nah, you take over.
Hey, can we go to James 1:19? All right, can we go to the book of James, chapter 1, verse 19, man? Just let me know when you have it, because it's a lot of things with this lesson that this brother's bringing out, man. And I feel like this is something that would to help, man.
Right.
It's not gonna only help with the brotherhood and the sisterhood. It's gonna help with marriages.
Right.
It's gonna help with conversation between brothers and sisters. It's gonna help, period, point blank, because we went through a lot of things talking about slow to anger and all this, but we got to understand how to communicate with one another, man. And we all have a job to do when it comes down to communication. And if we all do that and we all have rule over our own spirit, then a lot of things can be established between one another. We can all come together with one consent, and we all can sit here and have an understanding behind what's really going on.
Right.
So, brother, when you got that, read that for me, Barbara. Sure.
Card one card. This is the book of James, chapter 1, verse 19. Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath.
So let's read that again, because I want to really go through this, man.
Right.
Like it's letting you know, three quick things, man. And it's telling you, my beloved brethren, it's telling you, for all you brothers and sisters out here, it's telling you to do what? What's the first thing?
Let every man be swift to hear.
Let every man be swift to hear. Now, when the Bible is talking about let every man, it's talking about man, woman, and child. Because if it's talking about the man, and the man is the head of the household, then of course the woman and the child got to be swift to hear as well.
Right.
We all need to be swift to hear. A lot of times we hear something and we'll hear a little piece, and before we hear the full matter, we sit here and go off our little that little piece that we hear. And I've done it before.
Right.
So I'm not telling you something that I haven't done before and I haven't got checked for, or I haven't had to check myself on. I'm telling you something that I have to check myself daily on doing.
Right.
Because there's times that I'm swift to hear. I sit here, I'll sit here and I hear you say something and I'll be like, all right, I already know what I'm gonna say. But then I'll sit back and I'll just let them finish, and then I'll be like, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, well, damn. All right. Well, I'm glad I listened, because, you know, what I first thought wasn't what I needed to say. Now I know what to say, and now I know how to go about it.
Right.
So all of us, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we need to be swift to hear. We need to be quicker to listen to one another. Mm-hmm. And what else did it say?
Slow to speak.
Slow to speak, man.
Right.
We need to stop always thinking that what we have to say is more important than listening to what our partner is saying. Because what our partner is saying, sometimes you do need to listen to. It's more than one reason why you need to listen to what they're saying. Sometimes you need to listen because you got to know where to correct them. Sometimes you got to listen because you got to see where they're coming from. Sometimes you have to listen to see where the whole problem is in the matter. Because the generals, they have to listen to you because they have to know how to counsel you properly.
Right.
As a priest and prophet, they're sitting here. We have to listen to one another to know where we can end beef and end the battle and end the war between Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. As husband and wife, we have to sit here and listen to one another so that way we know where our significant other is coming from.
Right.
Yeah, we all know that the man is the head of the household and the man has the final say so. We know that for a fact. Like that's not that. For if you don't know that, then you just don't want to know the truth. But that is the truth.
Right.
But as men, there's times that we have to be swift to hear and slow to speak.
Right.
Just so that way we know exactly how to go about the whole situation. And as women, let me tell y'all something. Y'all, like my sisters, y'all have to be slow to speaking. Because a lot of times, like as men, we get checked. And we don't like getting checked. But we have to shut up and get checked because we know for a fact that correction is what we need. So we have to be slow to anger and understand that this checking is coming for a reason and I need this checking. Mm-hmm. So if a man's getting checked, women, understand this. I understand that this whole world and society is built around y'all. They have gave y'all this whole fairy tale life that y'all live in, and y'all think that everything is supposed to revolve around y'all. But understand this, sis. hearing this truth, if you really want a real man is going to check you. He's going to correct you. He's going to tell you where you're wrong. And instead of you wanting to be like a lawyer and sitting here and arguing, what you need to do is you need to listen. Because maybe after all the things that he says, there's going to be a gem in that, in the middle of him speaking, there's going to be a gem. And he's going to give you this little gem right here that's going to help you make sure that your marriage flourish for the rest of your lives. Right. But if you so quick to speak and quick to yell and quick to be at anger and wrath, then you'll miss that gem. Because you're so quick to want to respond that you miss the whole thing. And that's the same thing with the Most High. Mm-hmm. So you telling me that you're going to be quick to respond to the Most High without even knowing your orders? Right. So the first thing Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians we have to do is we have to be swift to hear. And we have to be slow to respond. And what's the last thing?
Wrath.
We have to be slow to wrath. Because right now, every time we are quick to be in that wrath, every time Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we get pulled over, and y'all quick to jump out the car like you see the oppressor doing, the oppressor can jump out the car being pulled over by the cops and not get shot. Mm-hmm. Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, let you sit here and move your hands too quickly. Let you sit here and argue with the laws. You're going to be around here on the news because you done got bullet holes shot through you. And you ain't even make it home. So we have to learn to be slow to wrath, man. Husbands, understand this. You got to be slow to wrath sometimes, man. I'm not going to tell you how to run your household. I'm just going to sit here and just tell you. Sometimes, man, and I'm not telling you nothing that I wasn't told. We get to the point sometimes we ready to step with the big dogs. We see an attitude, we ready to stomp on it with both feet. But sometimes we got to be slow to wrath because there's multiple ways to sit here and get the job done, man. Right. And women, understand this. If y'all are slow to wrath, understand this. Most of the times, the conversation between you and your outer one won't go left. If a lot of sisters would be slow to their wrath, slow to respond, and eager to listen and swift to listen, most of the times, like, I'm just going to be honest with you, we wouldn't have the problems that we having with these households. The households are the way they are because men are tired of hearing nagging. Right. Men are tired of hearing people yell and scream and having a woman sit here and go against them when he's doing nothing but trying to be the best he can be for you. The society that we live in now is full of women that want money. They want money, power, they independent, they don't care about nothing else. Now, let me tell you something. It's nothing wrong with an independent woman. But let me tell you something. The beauty in an independent woman is her mind, knowing that even though I'm independent, I'm dependent on this man. I'm going to depend on this man because this man is the reason why I have safety. This man is the reason why I have love, man. So if this man is sitting here telling me something, maybe I need to take my pride out the way and listen to what he's saying because what he's saying is something important. And as a man, we have to be slow to anger and slow to our wrath so that way it don't seem like we're lions. Because us being lions all the time, a woman's going to naturally throw up her defensive walls. Right. So sometimes you got to learn how to talk to them. Sometimes you got to talk to them like this. Say, baby, I understand this. I know you don't like this. All right. Well, you know what? Let's do it like this today. I know today you want to cook chicken, but I wanted some steak. Can you make me some steak today? All right, baby. I understand that you sitting here, you angry and mad because I told you I want my house clean and you ain't cleaned up my house. But you know what? Look, this is all I'm saying. The house ain't been clean in a week. The clothes are piling up. I have to have clothes for work. I understand that you tired hey, look, I understand. Well, I need you to do this for me. Can you do this for me? Thank you. The water. Barbecue sauce. Like, that can turn around a lot of things.
Right.
Now, I ain't telling you that sometimes you might have to, step on the situation or anything like that. But I'm saying every situation don't have to be stepped on. And I was told that.
Right.
Like I said, I'm not gonna sit here and hide it because I was taught that. I was taught every situation don't have to be stepped on. Because if you step on every situation, the time that you want to be soft, the time that you want to sit here and be like, hey, you know what? They're not gonna understand it. They're gonna start jumping to conclusions every time because they're used to you stepping. Like, man, it's time for us to be slow to wrath, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Let us listen to one another. Let us be slow to respond and quick to hear. And let us be slow to our wrath, man. Because if we sit here and we gather ourselves together, man, it's nothing that anybody else can do about it. They can't stop us. Because we are the royal priesthood. We are the chosen generation. We are the people that the Most High God has put on the face of the earth to be above everybody else. But there's some things we got to do. And the first thing we got to do, man, we have to be slow to our anger, man. Now, understand this. When I'm saying being slow to anger, I'm telling us to be slow to anger to one another because the society that we live in has taught us to sit here and kill one another quickly. We're taught to love the oppressors. We're taught to love them,
Right.
but we're taught to hate one another. And this lesson today that my brother's bringing out and I'm bringing out is telling Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to be slow to anger with one another. Man.
Right.
Love the 12 tribes of Israel, the Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, the Haitians, Jamaicans, the people from Colombia, the people from Cuba, the people from Panama, the people from the Haitians, the people from Chile, the Gadites, the Reubenites. Like, y'all, let us love one another, man. Let us embrace one another, man. Let us hear one another out. So that way we know how to gather ourselves to go against our oppressor, man. Because our oppressor is sitting here doing that with the other heathen nations. They are gathering themselves against us, and they've been doing it for 500 years, man. And we the ones that's behind. We the ones that's not figuring it out. It's time for us to figure it out, man. It's time for us to let it be known that we know what y'all doing. And you know what? We're going to do what Zephaniah 2:1 says, man. We're going to gather ourselves together, O nation that's not desired.
That's right.
And we're going to also do like James 1:19 said, man. We're going to be swift to hear one another. We're going to be slow to respond, and we're going to be slow to our wrath.
That's right.
Salaki, brother. Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead.
Heavy, sir, because, you know what I'm saying, being slow to wrath, you know what I'm saying, is exhibited every Saturday at camp. You know what I'm saying? When people come against us while we out at camp, you know what I'm saying, we got brothers that come from all walks of life.
Right.
From gangsters to everything. You know what I'm saying? And when people come against the camp and, you know, with their idle threats and, you know, everything else, you know what I'm saying, one of our brothers in the world, man, one or two words in its own. But with that scripture, man, you're taught restraint, you're taught mercy, you're taught discipline, to be slow to wrath. You know what I'm saying? That scripture is all about discipline.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's about brotherhood. It's about a lot of things that'll help you build this nation back, man. Because, you know, like I say, in the world, man, you know, we got brothers that come from all walks of life, man. And the way some of the people that come against the camp, you know, come, like they get shown a lot of mercy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And don't get fell upon. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I got.
Yeah. If I may, you know what I'm saying, if we was those people, then this truth won't be being spread how it is now, you understand? If we were wrathful people, you understand? We take the time out to go raise up our people, not with wrath, but with compassion. You understand? With compassion in our words, how we speak, and our understanding on the condition of our people. You understand? You can't build a nation off of wrath, once more, but you can off of brotherhood and compassion. You know what I'm saying? So if you have an out with a brother, you know what I'm saying, go to that brother and him alone, nobody else. Just you and that brother. You understand? Y'all talk it out. You be slow to speak and quick to hear. Hear the brother out first.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If y'all can't hear each other, get another person in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He on the outside looking in. Maybe he can help. Matter of fact, get counsel from the I.S.U.P.K.
Right.
Come to us. You understand? We got counselors in here. The UPK got what you need, man. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to fight this alone.
Right.
You understand?
That's right.
The scriptures say the weak shall say that they are strong. You understand? And that's what we make. We make strong men in the UPK.
That's right.
Understand? We don't have any exception for weakness. We don't have any exception for hypocrites. You understand? But you have to learn how to be a man. Learn how to be a good woman. Learn how to be a husband. Learn how to be a wife. Learn how to be a good child. Learn how to love your brother. You understand? And don't compromise yourself. Don't sell yourself short of what the Most High gives you. Because the Most High gave you the earth. You understand? And that's nothing light. You understand? Share with your brothers. You understand? So we don't let me keep on. That's it. I can go for another. You know what I'm saying? And with that, we are the I.S.U.P.K. Should I salute?
Well, what's like, and with that, we're gonna say Imagine. We're gonna say the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew, then in the English, Sar. Let's face the east.
This is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Ayah. Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malafuka.
Malakwaka.
Daba'ah.
Daba'ah.
Ratazayaka.
Ratazayaka.
Ayah.
Aisha.
Baratazah.
Baratazah.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Ayah. Bashamayim.
Bashamayim.
Natalaniwa.
Watalanawa.
Lakam.
Lakam.
Ka. Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalaknaw.
Wasalaknawa.
Kabawatinaw.
Kabawahna.
Kasalaknaw.
Kasalaknawa.
Kabawatinaw.
Kabawahnawa.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Daba'aynaw.
Tabayanawa.
Banasaya 1.
Banasaya 1.
Abah.
Abah.
Hawashaynaw.
Hawashaynawa.
Hayad.
Mayan.
Ra.
Ra.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Hamalakwa.
Hamalakwa.
Wahala.
Wahala.
Watapara.
Wahata Para.
La'awalamyu.
La'awalamya.
Aman.
Aman. In the English, our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
thy kingdom come.
thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done
Thy will be done
in earth
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily
our
bread,
daily bread,
and forgive us our
and
debts
forgive us our debts
as we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors,
And lead us not
and lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us
but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Sorry, let's face the front. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the brothers, then the sisters. Men of Israel, Muslims, right. How about Shimmy Al-Shah Brakatah? Yadamatah, Sor, face the sister. Men of Israel, Muslims, right. How about Shimmy Al-Shah? Yadamatah, dismiss.